Good afternoon, friends. From Jaco and myself, we bring you this video message in a time that can be described, certainly in this country, as unsettling at best, and as we look at the global situation, highly concerning. We as a church have had to give very careful thought to how we respond in the midst of the drama of the coronavirus. We've had two very good meetings with the Board of Management and the session, and we'd like to feed back to you a little bit about what was discussed and some of the resolutions that we've come to in the meantime. Jaco, could you take us through some of those?
Sure, thank you. And I think it's important before we go to any of the decisions to point out that part of the struggle of leadership for the church in a time like this is to try and balance the need for responsible behavior and action and decision taking, and also not losing sight of who we've been called to be as a church precisely in times like this, to remain something of a beacon of welcome and embrace, of inclusion and of well-being, really on every level of our humanity. And that's what the Board of Management and session certainly tried to do in the decisions that it's taken. Some of the major areas of the church's life that these decisions will impact would obviously be our worship services. We will continue to meet for worship services on a Wednesday evening at 6:30, on a Sunday morning at 8 and at 9:30. The services will be clipped in quite a significant way. They won't exceed 35 minutes in length, which is going to be a challenge for the two of us.
In particular, a challenge for Jaco.
It will be, but I'm going to do my best, I promise. And also some practical things around the service, like having hand sanitizer available as people enter the sanctuary, making sure that people sit in alternating pews and only 4 per pew, and a number of other ways that relate to the order of service, etc., that's aimed at maintaining a sense of distance and space that would be healthy and safe. So that's an important thing to keep in mind as we move through this time. Then also to realize that all midweek activities have been cancelled for the foreseeable future, except for our soup kitchen and the AA meetings. As far as access to the office is concerned, to the property is concerned, really, during the week, it's only church staff will have access, but that doesn't mean that we're not within reach. So, Alistair, maybe you can talk a little bit more about how people can get into touch, in contact with us.
Sure. So Anne will be here, Pauline will be here. You can phone into the office, you can email. Certainly Jaco and myself will be available. And always in the case of emergencies where there is need for a funeral. When it comes to hospital visits and home visits, we've made the decision to make those telephonic contacts, just to try and avoid the social contact. And I think that pretty much sums up our availability, and also some of the distance that we're trying to create while still being together, as it were. And
engaged in a way that's meaningful and life-giving. And we realise that it is, as you said in the beginning, an unsettling, uncertain time for everyone involved. And it's crucial that the church maintains a voice of hope and of comfort in a time like this.
Absolutely. And we recognise that our situation today may not necessarily be what our situation next week is. So some of the decisions that we've taken, some of the things that we've shared about, may take a slightly different turn in a week's time. We're remaining fluid, trying to remain up to speed with where things are, and trying as a church to respond in the most faithful way we can in the midst of difficult times. Please do feel free to get in touch with us if you have any further ideas. We are here with and for you.
Absolutely. There is a more succinct, more deliberate, formal statement that's been prepared on behalf of the session of the Board of Management. You will find a link to that on our website and on the various social media platforms that we're on. So please do make sure that you have a look at that statement and familiarise yourself with all the decisions that have been taken in light of this current climate.
From Jaco and myself, from the church staff, from our families, we do wish you everything of the best. Send our heartiest greetings, and look forward to a time that we can be in closer proximity to one another, but continue to attempt to be community together through this time. Goodbye, and God bless you.